In this video, I'm going to compare 3 different ways that you could get t-shirt designs for yourself on the internet. I'm going to compare Kittle versus Vexels versus Fiverr. Let's go. Thanks for joining me on this video. My name is Juna with Detour Shirts. I've been designing and selling t-shirts online since 2005, and in this video I wanted to help out those that may not have design skills. I've been thinking about those that don't know how to design t-shirts but still want to get into the print-on-demand service or print-on-demand business with some different services online. So I'm going to compare Kittle, which you don't need that much talent, that much skill, design skills on there because there's a lot of templates on there. I'm going to compare Vexels because you can ask for designs and they have a lot of templates on there too, so you don't need any design skills. And Fiverr, where you're going to just ask people to design for you. So I'm going to compare Kittle, Vexels, and Fiverr all in this video. I'm going to show you what I do for each one. So in October, when I did those 31 designs, you may have seen the video right here, I did one on Kittle that said staying groovy. So I'm going to use that theme throughout this video. This is not a trending topic, so don't go and copy staying groovy. You're going to have to do your own research to find out what phrases and what topics are trending right now and trending on the print-on-demand sites that you're going to. But let's just assume staying groovy is something that is for the purpose of this video. Okay, so I'm going to start with Kittle first, then I'm going to go into Vexels, then I'm going to go into Fiverr and show you my experience with all 3, and then at the end I'm going to compare them all. I'll have a table for you so you can see kind of the breakdown of each one. So let's get into Kittle first and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so here we are on Kittle, Kittl.com. This is the first one we're going to do now. What I would do if staying groovy was actually something that was trending and I know that that's the phrase I want to do, I would come in here and then type in groovy or staying groovy in the search and see if there's anything like that and then work from there, right? If I don't have any design skills. But can I say first, I'm loving all this stuff that I'm seeing on Kittle. Look at all those stickers and all the Christmas stuff, guys. If you haven't done Christmas stuff yet, really cool on here. So anyway, I'm just getting distracted from all the good stuff on here, but really cool. I'm gonna do staying groovy. Let's just do groovy, since there may not be one that actually says staying groovy, but groovy, you know, you can see it's right here. So groovy floral vibes, groovy flowers, all this stuff. I'm just gonna do groovy. And then what I would do if I don't have any design skills is I would just look at which one I want and then take one of these and put staying groovy instead of these words. So let's just look down here and I could do it with all of these, right? I'm like, it's unlimited how many ones you can do on Kittle, right? So if I wanted to do staying groovy on this one and this one and this one and this one, I could do it all. So you can see this one says feeling groovy. That would be really easy. I could just take feeling off and put staying on there and it would be great, except I don't want to use the VW van, so I'm going to stay away from that one. It is cool though. Let's see what else I got here. Trip. I could use this one. I'm going to use this one. Doesn't say groovy, but I think I can do staying groovy in a circle really easy now. But again, like I said, we could have picked any one of these, right? So let's just go here. I'm gonna do, this is premium, so I do have a premium, I believe, signed up for that. So let's say use this design. All right, good. So for a t-shirt, I don't need the background, so I'm gonna change the background color and change the background stuff. Let me move I'm guessing the background design is locked, so I'm gonna remove myself here and look at layers and see if it, yeah, so the texture is locked. I'm going to take out the texture here and I can remove this color, but let's assume that the color of the t-shirt is black. Let's just do that. That looking great. And then instead of flower power ideology, I'm going to do staying, all caps, space, maybe groovy. Let's just do that and see where it lands. Yeah, that could work, just staying groovy. I could add more space too and make it on the bottom and the top, but if I don't have any design skills, I may not know how to do that. So, but let's see, this should be really easy for someone. Maybe move these things over here. I'm gonna ungroup that. So there is some, I'm trying to do very limited design skills, but can see ungrouping that and move this back here, staying groovy, and maybe use one of these, boom, and then maybe the star here. I'm gonna just copy this star here, boom. Pretty simple, right? So some minimum design skills. I had to change the text and move things around, not too hard. And then I would export this as a t-shirt. Now I would also have to probably make it the right size. So I'm guessing this isn't the right size here. Yeah, and I'm right. Let's see. Well, 16 by 20 might be okay. Let's change this to pixels. Yeah, no, 960. Okay, so we're gonna do 4500 by 5400. Boom, confirm, and then grab this and just scale it. All right, so yes, some design skills, but I didn't start from scratch. All I had to do was change things and move things just a little bit, right? I could move this like this. And you can follow my tutorials online to try and do this kind of stuff. And again, you could have picked that other one that was super easy that said feeling groovy and just changed it to staying groovy. So depending on which template you're using, you may have more or less design skills needed, right? But I think this is great. I'm gonna save this and export it, and this will be my Kittle design for staying groovy. One more thing that I probably should show you is how to export this. So I'm just gonna export it, going here to downloads, export PNG, remove background, right? I added it to the right size, 72 dpi is fine, and PNG, boom, now it's downloading it. So now we have it ready to go and upload it. So one more thing that I wanted to show you before I leave Kittle here is how much does all of this cost? I'm gonna go to subscriptions here. I'm gonna leave this is fine. It's gonna save in the background. And you can see I have this expert one, which meant that I could use the premium. I'm gonna base it off of this. Of course, you could use Pro, but then you're kind of limited to vector exports instead of all premium templates, which I use. So we're gonna do, it costs $24 a month if you do yearly, but if I do monthly, then it's $30. So about $24 to $30 a month, depending on which plan you do, with either monthly or yearly. And you get all premium templates, like I said, unlimited projects. So I could have done this countless, as many times as I wanted to, right? And I have lots of space, way more than the 1 gig. I get 10 gigs of space. So that means I can just put things up and save them. And I have fully commercial license, which they all do anyway. So that's how much it's gonna cost me. And I'm gonna compare this now to Vexels and to Fiverr. So let's get into Vexels now, and I'll show you what I get from there. So here I am on Vexels, Vexels.com. I've done tutorials for this one before, lots of videos on this one, but what I would do here, you can see they have a ton of kind of templates. I think mainly you can just use this. If you don't want to use it as a template, you can use it as is, but I personally would change it a little bit, just so, because everybody can download these, so you don't want it to be exactly like this. So what I would do is I would first come in here and do staying groovy, or let's just do groovy and see if there is a staying groovy. I'm gonna do that. And you can see they have lots of different ways that you can do it. They have editable text here if you want something like this. But you would need a place to edit it, and usually if you're not a designer, you wouldn't have anything to do that with. But you can see, let's see if there's any feeling groovy, right? Got that one. Let me just do, oh, we did just groovy. Let's see, let's go back. Let's do 60s. Let me try that. Now you can see it would be a little different, right? Because if we're actually trying to hit that staying groovy, you could download these things, but like I said, you would have to kind of edit it just a little bit, right? So, but what they do have is you can make design requests. So depending on which one you get, which plan you get, you can do design requests. I've done a design request, so I'm gonna go to design request, and this is the one I did right here. You can see it's pretty cool, staying groovy. I actually like this one. So I get 4 design requests under my plan. You can see I did this one in October. I have 4 more in November because I didn't do it. So let me show you how you do it here. You can just make a design request, go here, and you can type in whatever you want. It kind of walks you through it, but you get 4 of those depending on the plan. The plan I have has 4 again, and they just do it for you. You don't have to do anything, and it comes in. And sometimes they do put it up there for sale for other people to do it, so you got to watch that. But the pricing on theirs is right here. Again, you get 200 downloads. You can use those downloads and kind of move them around and do stuff with them. If you have like Affinity Designer or Canva even, you could kind of change some things on there. But this one right here, this 4 design requests, is the one I use. Of course, you could do this one, but I'm going to compare this one to what we had with Kittle. And so this is $36.99 a month if you do it yearly. If you do it monthly, let's see. Oh, here we go. It's $49 a month. So $36.99 to about $49 a month for this plan that I use with the 4 design requests. Again, you can do it for 2, but in this video, I'm going to compare this one with what we did with Kittle, because there was also a lower tier one on Kittle. So I'm kind of doing the middle tiers on all of these. So that's my experience with Vexels. I really liked this one, this design right here. And again, do the research, find the phrase, and you have to kind of tell them. I told them I wanted it to staying groovy, have some 60s design elements and stuff like that, and I like this font, so really cool. So now let's compare this to Fiverr. Let me show you my experience, what someone without any design skills would have to do on Fiverr. So here is the website Fiverr. You may have heard Fiverr. Fiverr kind of got its name because you can get stuff for $5. Usually it's not $5, usually it's a lot more, and I'll show you what I mean on here. So if you're a person that doesn't have any design skills, you can hire someone with design skills to do your design. So I would go in here, you can see I search for t-shirts design, so I'm gonna do t-shirt designs like this. And you can do pro services, local sellers, whatever you want, and then you can see the price right here. So I scroll down, you can see kind of the lowest price that you'll get is $10. There's one that says $5, but it's usually just text. Anything with any graphics is going to probably start at 10 and go up. You can see some of these are like, well, this one's $5 and it's text, right? But here's $50, $350, $25. I laugh because, I mean, it's probably a great shirt, but that's a little steep if you don't make any sales, right, on print on demand. So for print on demand, because you don't know if you're going to sell it or not, it's not a guarantee sale, I would look for something a little lower, and that's what I did. So I found 3 different sellers on here. One that would do it for $10 and 2 of them that did it for $15, and I'm going to show you what I got from it. I'm going to open up Affinity Designer, kind of show you the designs. You can usually go back and forth, and they're really nice to say as many design changes as you want, and you kind of message them back and forth within the app, within Fiverr. I'm not going to show you their name so you don't use the same person, or you don't want to hate on these people if you don't like the design or whatever. I just want to protect their identity. But that's what I did. I found a couple of these, 3 of these, and then just picked them. And then you kind of have to look. That's one thing about this. If you're not good with design, you may not know which one's good or not. But you can just try it. Like find one that you really like the design with. Designs of, and kind of do that. Some of them have bulk deals too, so like this one, 25 shirts for $50, right? So that's less than that's like $2 a shirt in this case, right? So you can just go around and kind of figure out which one does well for you. So that's Fiverr. Let me show you what the designs ended up coming. Some of them were like right away. I got some like the day of or the next day, and another one took like a week. So sometimes they take longer, and they'll tell you how long it takes. So that's what it was. So I'm going to open this in Affinity Designer, and you can see the designs. So I'm here in Affinity Designer. I opened up the designs that I got from Fiverr. So this is the first one I got. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. I kind of like this one. It's okay. It has some nice fonts here that, some vintage fonts with the kind of the wave and some peace signs and rainbows. So this one I think was okay. This one cost me $15, or with tax $17.83. Don't forget about the tax and tip. So I have this on black here. This one took a day, and I think it came out okay. This one here, I gave them the same instructions, staying groovy. They forgot the sting, and in fact, the first one that they came out with didn't have the nice font, the groovy font, so I actually asked them to change it to a font like this, and they delivered. So I forgot to ask them put staying in there, but I think this came out okay. The font is great here, but I think this could be done in a little bit better way. And again, they forgot to put in staying, which I forgot to say put it in again when I saw the first draft. So and that one was $15 as well. So you can see kind of comparing apples to apples, $15 to $15 here. I actually think this one will do better, but we'll see. I'll put them all up for sale. This one ended up being $10 or $12.55 after taxes. And this person actually gave me 5 designs, which I was surprised about. And so they just kind of pumped out the different designs. You can see that one's staying groovy. This one has that right here. This one's staying groovy. This one with those colors. This one's really cool. This probably was clip art. And I forgot to tell them it's going to be on a black shirt, so they use gray here. So on a white shirt, maybe this will be okay. Let me change that to a white background and see what that looks like. Yeah, so much better on a white background instead of a black background. So I think that one's kind of okay. I don't know what the 1964, he just put 1964 in it, but looks all right. I love the illustration, so I could use that as well. So let me show you all of them now. So I got for a total of, 15, and 10, so that's 30, $40. I got all of these designs, right? So, but you're paying per design on Fiverr. You don't have like you have on Vexels where you got 4 designs for the month, or on Kittle unlimited designs. So this is the designs on Vexels, and this is the design on Kittle. I included this one. This is the one I started with that I did myself, and then we have this one, Staying Groovy, that we just did earlier in the video. So let's go and compare all these 3. I'm going to show you kind of what I think the differences are, and you can decide for yourself which one makes sense for you. Okay, so I made this table for you guys so you can kind of see, kind of comparing Kittle versus Vexels versus Fiverr, and kind of seeing which one works best for you. So for skills needed, Kittle, you may need some design skills, right? But you make very minimum changes, like I showed you with the fonts and the graphics. Vexels, if you're doing the design requests, you don't need any design skills, right? You get that and you can use that. But if you're doing the downloads, you may need some skills to kind of move things around and do it that way, because other people are using those designs, and you may not find the exact phrase that you want on there. So you'll need some skills. With Fiverr, you don't need any skills except for finding the right person at the right price and seeing if their designs are great. All right, so total price. Kittle is $24 to $30 a month. Of course, there's cheaper plans, like I said, but we're comparing this one to the middle plan. There's a higher group plan, but this is the one I used, which is $24. $24 if you're going yearly, $30 if you're going month to month. Same thing with Vexels here, $36 if you're going yearly, $49 if you're going month to month. And then Fiverr was between $10 and $15, at least for me, per design. And I actually got a deal with the $10 for 5 designs, so sometimes that happens. Kittle, you have unlimited templates. You can do this as many times as you can, as much time as you have to do that. Vexels, you got 200 downloads and 4 design requests where you can tell them what to design and they'll design it for you. And Fiverr, depending on the person you get, you may get 1 design, you may get 5 designs, or something in the middle. Now the quality, I think Kittle's quality is pretty good to amazing, depending on which template you pick. There's some really, really good designers on there. I don't think anything was bad on there that I saw. For Vexels, I think it kind of varies, right? So you have some good designs, and there were some really good designs on there too. I really like the one that I got, the design request. But some of those other designs depends on like which one you want to get. I think some of them are just text and some of them are really well designed. And then Fiverr, I think at least the ones I got, I wouldn't compare them to Kittle or Vexels. I think in my opinion, the ones that I got were just a little less quality. So some of them are really bad, but some of them are okay. Some of them are good. So I would say they're bad to good, good to amazing, and so on. Okay, and the last thing is, what are some of the extras you get with some of these? So for Kittle, you have an amazing design app, right? Where you can go in, and the fonts are amazing. They just love their fonts. So you can do things like warp the text and do a lot of cool stuff with their fonts, and you got lots of graphics and things like that. So those are some of the extras. Again, unlimited templates as well. For Vexels, you get a design app. I don't think it's as cool as the design app in Kittle, in my opinion. You can't do as many things, not cool fonts and warping and stuff like that. You do have a ton of mock-ups. So you don't have any mock-ups in Kittle, where in Vexels you can mock up like t-shirts on or designs on t-shirts, designs on pillows, designs on different things, and there's multiple products. So there are designs for phone cases, for example, designs for pillows, for tote bags, and all those kinds of things. So there's a lot there in Vexels that Kittle does not have. So if you want to do those kinds of stuff, I think Vexels might work out for you. And Fiverr, there are no extras. You just pay for the design itself. So this one's is if you find the right person, maybe find a design for hire. That's kind of what Fiverr is kind of finding the right person to design all your t-shirts, because you don't want to do that. So that's kind of the what you would use Fiverr for. So hopefully this comparison helps you. You can take a snapshot here and kind of look over it and go to the websites themselves and see what they got too. I may be missing something here, but this is kind of the comparison between Kittle, Vexels, and Fiverr. Hopefully this helps you, especially those that don't have a lot of design skills. I think one of these would help you with print on demand. So that is it for this video. Hopefully this video is really helpful for you, so you can kind of compare those three. I don't think I've ever done that, to compare different apps together, and they all have their strengths and weaknesses. So hopefully that table really helps you. If this video did help you, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to this channel already, make sure to hit that subscribe button right there. The question of the day for this video is, which one of these apps would you choose? Which ones would help you the most? Leave that in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. And if you want to see more videos about Kittle or Vexels or any of these things, make sure to click on these videos right here. And as always, guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.